Now, here's a question. Can you name the Teesside singer who can sell out concerts across the world, and yet his neighbours haven't got a clue what he does? Stumped? Well, one of his best mates, who you will have heard of, thinks you ought to know.
Hi, I'm Jeff Hughes, and I suppose I can best be described as a folk groupie. I've been a great fan of folk music for most of my adult life. I suppose one of my favourite folk singers is certainly Vin Garbutt, a man with enormous heart, a man who can have you rolling in the aisles, laughing your head off, and the next minute hit you with the most poignant music ever heard. It's just amazing.
And centuries gone, our ancestral homes were parade to the Romans and Danes.
But unbelievably, there's some people, even on his own patch in Middlesbrough, who just don't know Vin.
My name is John North, from the south of the Forth, in the land of three rivers I dwell.
They might not know him, but they like him.
Could have stood there all day and listened to it. You don't expect to see a man like him, do you, in Eston? Stood outside the fruit and veg shop.
I thought he was good. Enjoyed it. Something different.
Knitting a cardigan, never to wear.
It's good. It's nice to hear a bit of flagman in the centre because it's really dead.
After a long, cold hour, somebody recognises that famous face.
I was going to say it myself, actually. He was a Vin Garbutt.
He's so pleased, he's even going to stump up.
I thought it was, actually, yeah. I thought I gave him some money that way.
So he may still be a stranger to many in his hometown. But hundreds of miles away, the stars are out for the Folk Awards, the industry's big night of the year. They've heard of Vin. Boy, have they heard of Vin.
He's a brilliant traditional musician, great whistle player, fine guitarist, a mandolin player, but he's also a really good songwriter.
The one surprise perhaps is that, you know, not more people know him or have seen him, or, you know, he deserves to be more widely accepted than he is.
And the ball's still mine, even though they'll know the goal.
Vin is one of those characters that down to the years in the folk times when we used to all play together at Folk Festival, that he was just an amazing character.
I did Saltburn Festival this August and somebody threw an eye patch up. But then the MC pointed out that it wasn't an eye patch at all, it was a thong. The factory's closing, my home's for sale.
He's got a small but devoted following on Teesside, and even more fans further afield.
I'm going to Holland next week for a week, back for about 10 days I think, and I'm still playing in England, and then I'm off to Malaysia. I've got a gig in Kuala Lumpur, and then fly off to Brisbane, Australia, and I've got a tour around Australia for a month.
It's all an awful long way from where he grew up on Teesside.
I left school around about 1962, I think, if I remember rightly. And I went straight from school to college in Redcar for 6 months, and then a 6-year apprenticeship here at ICI Wilton. 6 years working on the lathes. Left ICI in February 1969. I went up to Spain in a caravan with me 5 mates and sang in the bars along the Mediterranean for 6 months. And when I came back to England, just travelling England and doing the folk clubs was a piece of cake after the training I had in Spain.
That was the start of nearly 4 decades of successful touring. But when he's not on the road, Vin sticks close to home.
Lots of people ask me why I still live round Teesside. And it's because they don't know Teesside. They don't know about this beautiful... I mean, this is as good as anywhere I've been in the world. I've been to all these, you know, Canada, America, Bermuda, Australia, Indonesia, and this is fantastic. I would invite them all to come and see this. I can't think of a better place to live.
Their roots are important to all great folk singers, and Vin Garbutt sings and jokes about what he knows.
No, there wasn't a living thing in the River Tees in 1970, and here we are 36 years on, and there's hardly a Saturday night goes by without someone getting chucked in. I call that progress. Oh, fella. Huh. You'll be surprised how many yobs are ecologically minded. Pink salmon once swam in the clear crystal Tees.
He's got his patter in between the songs, he's got political songs, funny songs, he's just an all-round entertainer, really. Spot on.
Absolutely amazing, and because he's from Middlesbrough, that's even better.
I was in Whitby one day and I saw his CD, picked it up, and I haven't stopped listening to it. It's absolutely amazing, absolutely love it.
Of course, some would say that a commitment to your roots can cost sales. You need to be where the action is. It's never bothered Vin.
London's the best place to be. All the people who went professional in my time, late 60s, early 70s, there's really only the ones that were based in and around London, those CDs you see in the shops. I'm out on a limb here. I wouldn't fancy living in London, though. It's just I spent such a lot of time there. My first few LPs were recorded in London. But it's a nice place to visit, but it hasn't got what Skinning Grove's got.
In a high-tech media world, Vin really is still a cottage industry.
These folk awards coming up will stimulate, I know they'll stimulate a bit of interest. My CDs are just unavailable in most shops because London doesn't know me. If I could just get them into the shops on Teesside, I'd be happy. It's easier to get my CDs in Adelaide and Perth, Australia, than it is on Teesside.
So we're off to London after all. It's time for the folk Oscars. Well, look at it. It's all the excitement is about to start. And hopefully later, Vin's going to pick up a nice little award. Watch.
Our next award is for Folk Club of the Year.
Looking at the presenters, this really is a star-studded lineup. There's Nick Park, the bloke who did Wallace and Gromit. Jennifer Saunders, everyone knows her. Peter Gabriel, he's shifted a few CDs in his time. Well, it's not his natural habitat, but isn't that Sir David Attenborough?
Thank you.
I'm sure I recognise this one.
Mr. Vincent Garbutt.
He's not keeping bad company for a lad from South Bank, is he?
Well, I tell you, as Mike said, I won the best live act a few years ago, and
sadly, this is Vin's only visit to the stage tonight. Nothing for the mantelpiece this time.
well, I never won the award, but it's great to get nominated, and you never know, the exposure might just get Dave, the exposure might just get me in them big, shiny megastars in Middlesbrough.
Never mind, Vin. You're still the best live act as far as I'm concerned. We'll look forward to next year. Oh, and by the way, Vin, if your singing career ever stumbles, don't forget, you'll always have a job here on the Isle of Wight in forestry.